Imagine a garden that not only takes your breath away but also feeds your family. Welcome to the world of edible landscaping. This innovative approach marries the beauty of ornamental gardening with the practicality of growing your own food. From fresh herbs in your flower bed to fruit trees that double as shade, edible landscaping can transform any space into a feast for the eyes and the table. Stay tuned to discover how to create your own edible landscape. Creating an edible landscape is an art. It starts with a design that merges aesthetics with functionality. When designing an edible landscape, you're essentially painting with plants. But unlike a conventional painting, this one is three-dimensional, and it changes with the seasons. So the first design principle to consider is sunlight. Your garden's layout should take full advantage of the sun's path. Sun-loving plants should be positioned to get a full day's light, while shade-tolerant species can fill in the cooler, shadowy spaces. Next, let's talk about soil. Each type of soil has its own personality. Some soils are like sponges, soaking up water and nutrients, ideal for moisture-loving plants. Others are more like sieves, allowing water to drain quickly. These are perfect for plants that dislike wet feet. Understanding your soil type is key to deciding what to plant and where. Climate is the third principle of design. Will your plants have to endure a harsh winter or a scorching summer? Some plants can survive in a wide range of climates, but others need specific conditions. Choose plants that will thrive in your local climate, and you'll be rewarded with a more productive garden. Now let's talk about accessibility. It's easy to get carried away with aesthetics and forget about functionality. But remember, this is an edible landscape. It's not just for looking at, it's for harvesting too. Your design should allow easy access to all plants. You don't want to trample your flowers while picking your tomatoes, do you? Lastly, don't forget about aesthetics. Yes, this is a functional space, but it's also a place of beauty. Think about color, texture, and form when choosing your plants. Consider how they'll look together at different times of the year. Remember, you're painting with plants. With a well-thought-out design, you can create a garden that's both beautiful and bountiful. The heart of any garden lies in its plants. In an edible landscape, the choice of plants is even more crucial. When selecting plants for your edible landscape, there are three main factors to consider: visual appeal, growth habits, and nutritional value. These aspects intertwine to create a garden that is not only pleasing to the eyes but also fruitful in its bounty. Visual appeal is the first aspect that draws us into a garden. The rich hues of ripe tomatoes, the delicate blossoms of strawberry plants, and the robust green of kale leaves are just a few examples of the vibrant palette that edible plants can provide. Choose plants with a variety of colors, shapes, and textures to create a visually captivating landscape. Next, consider the growth habits of each plant. Some plants, like climbing beans and cucumbers, can be trained to grow vertically, saving space and creating a dynamic visual element. Others, like sprawling squash and zucchini, need plenty of room to spread out. Understanding the growth habits of your chosen plants will help you plan your garden layout efficiently. Lastly, think about the nutritional value of the plants. Edible landscaping is about growing your own food after all. Opt for plants that will provide you with a range of nutrients. Leafy greens like spinach and collard greens are packed with vitamins and minerals. Fruits like raspberries and blueberries are high in antioxidants. And don't forget about herbs. Not only do they add flavor to your dishes, but they also have medicinal properties. Now let's talk about some popular choices for edible landscaping. Blueberries are a favorite for their sweet fruits and beautiful fall foliage. Swiss chard, with its colorful stems and dark green leaves, is both delicious and ornamental. Lavender, aside from being a fragrant herb, attracts pollinators and adds a splash of purple to your garden. And of course, tomatoes in all their varieties are a staple in any edible garden. Remember, the best plants for your edible landscape are the ones that you will enjoy growing and eating. Choose plants that suit your taste buds, your garden's conditions, and your lifestyle. After all, the joy of edible landscaping lies in the harvest, in the satisfaction of plucking fresh produce right from your garden to your plate. Edible landscapes don't have to be all about fruits and vegetables. Ornamental plants can add color, texture, and visual interest. They can provide a perfect balance between aesthetics and practicality, bringing together the best of both worlds. Imagine a garden where vibrant marigolds not only add a splash of yellow and orange, but also deter pests from your vegetables. Or consider the lovely lavender, which not only graces the garden with its purple hue and calming fragrance, but its flowers are also a delightful addition to salads and desserts. There's the versatile daylily, its bright trumpet-like flowers not only a visual treat but a culinary one too. In fact, the buds, flowers, and young stalks of daylilies are all edible. Then there's the nasturtium with its vivid blossoms, which bring a dash of color to your landscape and a peppery zest to your salad. Think about integrating herbs like rosemary and thyme, which can be shaped into ornamental hedges or topiaries. Not only do they lend a rustic charm to your garden, but they also provide fresh ingredients for your kitchen. The key is to integrate these ornamental plants in a way that complements your edible landscape. Position them to create visual contrast or to highlight your edible plants. Use them as natural pest deterrents or to attract beneficial insects. By integrating ornamental plants, you can enhance the beauty of your edible landscape. This way, you're not just growing a garden, you're curating a feast for the eyes and the palate. A successful edible landscape requires planning and maintenance, but the rewards are worth the effort. Planning your garden with the seasons in mind ensures a continuous harvest throughout the year. In the chill of winter, hardy greens like spinach and kale can thrive, while root vegetables like carrots and beets are nestled beneath the soil, ready to burst forth in the spring. As the weather warms, the spring garden welcomes a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. Think juicy strawberries, crisp peas, and tender lettuce. Summer, of course, is a time of abundance. Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and eggplants fill the garden with color and taste. And as the leaves change in the fall, pumpkins, squash, and sweet potatoes take center stage. But how do you maintain this edible landscape? It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. 1. Watering. A consistent watering schedule is the lifeline of your garden. Early morning is the best time to water as it reduces evaporation and allows plants to soak up the moisture before the heat of the day. 2. Pruning. Regular pruning encourages healthy growth, allows better light penetration, and keeps diseases at bay. Remember to prune with a purpose, whether it's to shape a plant, remove dead or diseased branches, or promote larger, healthier fruits. And 3. Dealing with pests. Instead of reaching for harsh chemicals, consider organic solutions. Ladybugs and praying mantis, for instance, are natural predators to many garden pests. You can also plant herbs like basil and mint, which act as natural repellents. Remember, balance is key. Your garden is an ecosystem. A healthy garden is not one devoid of all insects and pests, but one where there is balance. And there you have it. With attentive care and smart planning, you can cultivate a garden that not only looks good, but tastes good too. With proper planning and maintenance, your edible landscape can provide a feast for the senses and the table all year round. Edible landscaping is more than just a trend. It's a lifestyle that combines the love of gardening with the joys of homegrown food. We've journeyed through the lush lanes of design principles, hand-picked the right plants, brushed through the art of integration with ornamental plants, and navigated the seasons of planning and maintenance. Each step of this journey has unfolded the beauty and bounty of edible landscaping. The design principles we've explored are the blueprints to your garden's success. They lay the groundwork for a garden that's not just pleasing to the eye, but also to your palate. Choosing the right plants is like casting the main characters in your garden's story. They bring life, color, and flavor to your landscape. And when these edible plants mingle with ornamental ones, they create a symphony of textures, hues, and tastes that's as pleasing to the eye as it is to the taste buds. But what's a garden without a little planning and tending? Seasonal planning and maintenance are the rhythm and melody to your garden song. They ensure your garden is vibrant and bountiful season after season. Now that we've sown the seeds of knowledge, it's time for you to reap the benefits. So roll up your sleeves and let your green thumbs work their magic. Turn your garden into a living, breathing, edible masterpiece that's a feast for the eyes and the table. But don't let the journey end here. Subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more gardening tips and tricks. Like and share this video to spread the joy of edible landscaping. And don't just watch, participate. Share your edible landscaping experiences, your triumphs, and your challenges. We're all gardeners here, learning and growing together. Get out there and start planning your own edible landscape. Remember, your garden can be both beautiful and bountiful. Don't forget to share your progress with us.